with Emily, my little nervous dog. They diagnosed her with some type of spinal injury, so we managed that for a few years on medication. But it seemed like I started to have to give her more and more, and eventually my vet said, try acupuncture.
So I was like, what can I do? She was on pain medication, but she was constantly shuddering and whimpering for several weeks. So, you know, I started looking into alternative therapies.
I noticed in Woody that his gait was getting more and more difficult for him to walk. He was becoming less and less steady, a little bit harder getting up and getting down.
I hit a point in my profession, after 4 or 5 years in practice, where I began to get a little frustrated. Some of the therapies that we use in Western medicine may cause harm. And I asked myself, is there something better out there? Maybe there's something else. I thought, well, acupuncture's been around 5,000 years. Maybe there's something of value in that.
I was a little skeptical. I was hopeful, but skeptical. I didn't know how well it would work, but she was in so much pain.
When I first started using it, I was very skeptical. I thought, how can these needles, I mean, you know, take these needles and put them in a dog. Why would this do anything? And when my first several patients responded really well, I was more surprised than anybody. I thought, really, this works? Seriously? And it's been a really life-opening voyage since then. This is how it works. These are the, I use my little seamstress helper here because he helps me keep the needles a little closer. And this is what's called a tube guide, a needle guide that helps put the needle in place. And that's really all that's involved in placing needles. It's very straightforward. They're very slender needles. It's a tapered tip, so they don't hurt when they go in, like the hypodermics that we give injections with. Acupuncture at its most basic is designed to help restore the natural energy flow. We put these little needles in the body. It's a tiny little needle, but it connects with those meridians, and it has enough, depending how the needling is done, it has an effect on the energy flow.
I was just shocked. It really changed a lot, and we can go out now and go to the beach and run around and just, she can be herself.
It's been really remarkable how the process has really given her back her life without as many drugs.
Like I said, he never used to bark, and now he's back to barking again.
I love seeing either a pet owner or one of my associates who starts out skeptically saying, oh, what does this stuff do? When they come around saying, oh, that actually works really well, I think I want to learn more about it. Being able to take an animal who has really kind of lost their vitality, who really is kind of going and doesn't really have a lot of oomph left, and help them turn that around a little bit so they can have good quality time is tremendously satisfying. I mean, that's why I became a veterinarian.
You're a good puppy dog.